welcome back. This is Joy Ani, scrapping in my own private Idaho, and today I'm doing another fun layout of this year's Christmas program with my grandson. And this is a little album I'm doing for the other grandma. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The sketch that I'm using today is from 30 Days of Sketches, and it is day 7, and it's by Angela Saylor, and her last name is Alezckyk. And I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. I've done her sketches before. They're always a lot of fun. I'll show this to you, and her pictures are not quite like my pictures. What I did was, the great thing about this particular challenge is there are a lot of people who have already done this sketch, and so you can definitely get inspired from those other people. And so what I like to do a lot of times is I like to go back and see the person who created this sketch. What did they have in their minds? And so I actually went to her sketch, and let me see if I can make it a little bit larger. So this is her actual sketch, and so what she has is she has several strips of paper, and so I am making a scene out of mine. So instead of using the strips of paper, I have different layers, and I kind of made it work for mine. She has clouds. I tried the clouds. I'll show you the clouds I tried. First I tried the blue on here, and I thought, well, there is a little bit of blue here, but it was just too stark, and I didn't like that. And then I thought, well, I have those cool, what is that called? Irresistibles. And so I tried Periwinkle as Irresistibles. I like that, but I like the fact that it's textured, but I don't know if I like it well enough to put it on the page. So I'm kind of putting it there. It's just that there's not enough blue to bring it anywhere else. If I had some blue flowers to put down here, I might do it, but and then at some point you just really have to walk away from the page, and so that's what I've done. So I have, to make this a 2-page layout, I basically duplicated it. So I did follow her sketch fairly close, but I duplicated it for this side. So I do have a little googly eye on there, and all this is old stuff that I already had, except for the sheet punch. I bought the sheet punch from Stampin' Up, and I will leave that in the comments down below. It was so fun. I had to use it. I just had to. And I'm trying to decide to put googly eyes or not to put googly eyes. You can tell me if you think, does my sheep need googly eyes or not? Which looks better? Because these are kind of sleepy sheep, and the kids in this program were not sleepy sheep. They were a little bit too lively. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I did. So this is a 9x9 layout, and like I said, it's called Backyard Bliss. I used a pattern paper because I'm trying to use up my stash. And ooh, you know what? ADHD kicking in. I might not mind that. That's just the Irresistible all by itself. I might try to put a little bit of gray on there. So that I think I'm going to like. I just need to talk a little bit, and then it all goes well. Okay, so this is the first day I have felt good in a long time. I actually wound up getting all, I don't know what this is going around, but it's not a lot of fun. I created this layout for my title for my layout. It is a print and cut, and I really like how it turned out. And the title of it is I Just Want to Be a Sheep. So last year my grandson was an angel. This year he was a sheep. And so when the kids were little, when I taught at this Christian school, I led songs, and how many of you have heard the song, I just want to be a sheep, bah, bah? Well, that is where I got the title from. And there's 3 sheep, and there are 3 of them. So they are the 3 cousins. And the great thing about Christmas programs at churches is the little ones that are probably too young to actually be in the program are the most entertaining. So the first thing I did was I built myself this is my first layer. And so I built myself a good neighbor fence because a good neighbor fence means that some of the ugly side is on your side facing you. So these are 3 inches, and it actually worked out perfectly because the back of this paper, let me see, yeah, I just have that one. See, the back of this paper is this. So I trimmed off, to make it 9 by 9, I trimmed off 3 inches, and then I had all these boards. It was a stroke of genius. So then I cut an inch strip. I have inked all of them so that it gives that wood effect. And so you start, so this is a 1/2 inch. So you start, and this is 3 inches. So you start with the board above, and then one goes under, and above, and then one goes over. And that gives you that fancy look. I did try to, I was going to spike them, but then I thought, that's way too hard. So I thought I would show you this just so you will know that, just so you'll know that how in case you want to make your fence. And I'll give you the dimensions for that. So there's on that. Okay. So the thing with layers is I want to do to the one side what I do to the other. So I'm going to go ahead and start off. And you can see how I kind of cut that off? That's okay because it's going to be tucked under. The other thing with her layout, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it looks like her pictures are tucked under, and I did do that. See how her pictures are there? And so when I do these layers, I just attach them. So I'm just going to attach this on this side so that I can put things underneath, and that kind of gives it that look. And that way I don't have to, it helps me from having to map the photos. So I'm going to put this one here, and I believe, so this is, this is from Backyard Bliss, but any paper that you have that has wood grain would work for this, to make this, and then grass. So you could even random stamp grass if you wanted to, if you don't have this particular paper pack. There is always a way, and I find myself actually creating more as I go along, because a lot of times with Stampin' Up, they have a lot of flowers, and I'm not a flower person, so I've been, but I love the cardstock, so I just create my own. Maybe I'll do a random stamp. Maybe I'll just do all cardstock with just a title. And it's a great way to just use up what you have. So I'm lining this all up. And I love this paper because it is, I lied. So on this one, I'm making, I did adhesive this way and this way. I'm still leaving this loose so I can stuff things in there. But I'm also going to just take this, and I'm just lining it up. I want my green to come up here. And these curvy things I got at a garage sale. Some of them are Kiwi Lane, some of them aren't, and some of them I just kind of start off that way, and then I just kind of go as the paper leads me. Okay, so I have this at the top. Okay, so that's not gonna, we're not gonna have any things that stick. And this one you can't see very well. I want to see this is pattern paper, and I just wanted just a sneak of the color. You really can't see it. I should have probably made it a little bit wider so you can see that color, and then I could have had little clouds, but I'm just going to put it right here because I'm going to slide my pictures in. Oops. And I don't want gaposis here. So I'm just going to fuss around a little bit. Hopefully you can see my hands doing that. And I will leave the design file just in case. I don't know. That's the nice thing about being able to make titles, is you can then have the whatever title you like. This is going to slide down a little bit more because I've got okay, and that's that way. Well, oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. Let's put this back up here. It's kind of slipped. So let's do this over again. So I'm going to put this right here because I do want it to be even. And then I'm going to just put it right here. So I'm trying to slide things in. Makes it a little bit tricky when you're getting the last one. The last one's always the hardest because, okay. But I just need to slip it over a little bit. And it's going to hang over, and I'm okay because I'm going to trim that off. And then I'm just going to do this right here. All right. This looks like it was really fast, but it did take me a while to build my fence. Here's my fence. Okay, I'm going to trim off my excess because I've got things hanging out here. If I can find a pair of scissors. And I'm just going to turn it over the side, make sure that it's all even up here. And then I'm going to have this, and then all my excess will come off. Because I did trim these at 12. Okay, so there's my, so it's just kind of cute on its own. So this I think looks more like her layout because now I'm going to cover it up with the fence. So here's my fence. And so this is just cut paper. I'm sure if you wanted to cut yours out on Cricut Design Space File, you could find one, no problem. And if you wanted to take the time to put the little metal things in there, see how I'm leaving that up, you could do that as well. Okay, so my little sheep are hanging over the fence. Now in her picture, she has it a little bit more over here, but since I made it 2 pages, I kind of moved my sheep over here. And I want it to look like they're just kind of peeking over the fence because trust me, these little guys would love to peek off the fence. And actually, I will redo this for myself eventually. And the funny thing about this one picture is that I do have a picture of him halfway through the program. He just literally crawled off stage. And the first year he was laying on the stage, so he gets really excited because, you know, that is up. So his grandpa is the pastor. So this is the pastor's wife, and yeah, so this is all their grandkids and their sheep, and it was, yeah, it is so funny because there's kids in back of them, and the reason they have their backs to them is these are the kids performing, and so halfway through the program they lost interest in singing, and then they were just watching the bigger kids. Okay, this one, oops, sorry, I gotta cover you up, little girl. So this one, I feel like, okay, I had it this way. So I have it this way. Yes, so that's how we want this. And actually we'll have it this way. Yeah, yes, I had it a little bit lower down because I do have my sun shining in the sky. And I think I will try that, so you'll have to take a peek at the beginning of this video and see if I put that cloud, because I think actually that gray on the Irresistible really cute. So my question for you, you can leave in the comments below, is to add Google Eyes or to not add Google Eyes. And let me see if I can find these sheep look really cute with it. This one kind of looks a little bit, I don't know, whatever. So, but anyway, so this will be, if you want to use this file for anything, I will leave that in the design space file below. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will like and subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you on the next layout, which is, let me think of, it might be a 1-page, and it's probably going to be, I'm working on a lot of the 9x9 albums. They do go quicker for this challenge when there's a sketch every day, and every day I get a little bit farther behind, but it's all good. I'm having a great time. So I hope you have a great day, and we will catch you later, and thanks for watching. Bye.